Hello, I'm Phillip Drahos, and I'm presenting the history of the Nintendo Wii. The Nintendo Wii is one of the best-selling video game consoles of all time, selling over 101 million consoles worldwide. In comparison, its competitor that sold the second most consoles, the PlayStation 3, only sold 87 million. Needless to say, it sold very well, which was needed after not doing as well Nintendo's previous console, the GameCube, which ended up selling only around 21.7 million. Today we will be talking about the build-up to the Wii's release, the Wii's initial release, and what it accomplished over its life. Let's get started. Let's start with the rumors and build-up to the Wii. The Wii started its development in 2001, right after the GameCube was released. They started development with the main idea of it being a new experience for the player. This being their center point, they decided to focus less on how the graphics look and how fast the loading speeds are, and more on what could be new, as seen here, the GameCube and the Wii, and the graphics being the same. Because of this, they decided to start out by giving it the name the Revolution. But later changed it due to their other main point, which was bringing in new players. Meaning the console had to be simple for people to learn easily. They decided on something much easier to pronounce, recognize, and remember, the Wii. With Nintendo wanting it to be new and easy, they created motion controls for the system. A game where this is very evident is Wii Sports. Wii Sports is a collection of games consisting of boxing, bowling, golf, tennis, and baseball. The controls were simple in that you'd use them as you would a normal sport. Baseball, you act like you're swinging the bat. Bowling, act like you're bowling the ball down the alley. You get the idea. Enough about the build-up. Let's continue to the actual launch. It was announced to the public in September of 2006 that Nintendo would release the Wii before the end of the year. That's exactly what they did. On November 19, 2006, the Nintendo Wii was released in America for $249.99. It was also released alongside two new games that could be purchased separately, Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess and Excite Truck. With the release of a new Zelda game, one of Nintendo's most popular game series, a budget of $200 million in advertising and easy controls for the game included with the Wii, was a very popular system to buy. According to the website Ars Technica, the Wii was able to sell 600,000 consoles in its first 8 days. In comparison, the Xbox 360, which was released a year earlier, only sold 326,000 in its first 2 weeks. Within the first year of its life, the Wii sold 5.84 million consoles, according to the website Statista. But how did it do the rest of its life? The rest of the Wii's life was filled with much success and much disappointment. Let's start with a major part of the Wii, friends and multiplayer. The Wii supported multiplayer a lot. I mean, it's in the name, the Wii. The Wii was made to be played with your family and friends. Heck, there was even an online service for it. Oh, the Wii Online service. I never used it because I was too young, but from what I've read and seen, it wasn't great. The main games people liked playing for it on it were Super Smash Bros. Brawl and Mario Kart Wii. But they both experienced slow connections to the game. That was due to the point I already mentioned about the Wii focusing on something new instead of better graphics and speed. With the Wii being so popular, it has to have some pretty great games, right? Nintendo is known for producing quality games, and most of Nintendo's games are not an exception. The Wii has some of Nintendo's most popular games on it, such as Wii Sports, Mario Kart Wii, Wii Sports Resort, New Super Mario Bros. Wii, Wii Play, Wii Fit Plus. I'm starting to see a pattern here. But along with all these games, third-party developers also wanted to put their games on the system. Some of the third-party games were good, such as Rayman Origins, Sonic Colors, and GoldenEye 007. But a lot of games made for the Wii were just bad. Bad in a way that they were not enjoyable to play, difficult to play, or sometimes just unplayable. An example of a third-party company that did this was Data Design Interactive. Data Design created 18 games over the Wii's life, 19 of which were all racing games. Anyway, with easy controls and popular games, Nintendo was a success. Sales for the Wii were going well, selling an average of almost 16 million consoles a year in its first 6 years, according to Statista. But as it got older, less people were buying it, and Nintendo isn't given a good reason to buy a second one. so it was time for a successor. Nintendo released the Wii U in November of 2012, with new things such as the gamepad, which was able to give touchscreen for all your games, and improved graphics, going from 480p for the Wii to 1080p for the Wii U. Nintendo even made it so that the Wii U was backwards compatible with the Wii. Sadly, the Wii was too much of a success. Nobody wanted the Wii U because it did everything the Wii did, but with better graphics. By this time, if you wanted better graphics, you just buy a PlayStation or an Xbox. The Wii continued selling after the Wii U released, selling another 5.77 million consoles over the next 4 years. In conclusion, the Wii was a very popular, unique, easy, and underpowered console for its time. With the development of it focused on something new, and the easing controls that everyone could understand, it led to a successful launch. That successful launch, Nintendo putting fan-favorite games on the system, led to the amazing life of the Wii, even leading to hurt Nintendo with their next console. People still play the Wii today because the controls are easy to understand and it is easy to play with others. Like the last game for the Wii, Just Dance 2020, was made in 2019 because it had everything necessary for it to function on the system. Whether it was your first Nintendo experience or the next system for the Nintendo game, the Wii was something that you would remember. Who knows, maybe Nintendo will make another successful console someday.